because it should be seen on that big screen. You want to see it on IMAX. You want to see it on the biggest screen possible with great sound. It's an epic story, visual. It has great drama, emotion, and action. It is made, designed, and built for the theatrical experience. I think audiences will see it. I mean, you look at these sequences that we have here. What I like to do is take everything that we learned from one movie, whatever it is, and then put it in the next. And you'll see this is not only a culmination of the last 30 years of this franchise, but it's a culmination of the 45 years that I've been privileged enough to make movies. Audience is going to have to go see it. It's called The Final Reckoning. First of all, he's just a great guy. He's a lot of fun, very smart. We just have a lot of fun creating stories together, and I have so much admiration and respect for him. He's enormously talented, enormously inventive, and has a very, very large, adventurous spirit. You know, it's an honor for me. I love to see people do well. I love to see them take on challenges, and if there's anything I can do to help in any way, I want to do that, and that's really wonderful, and I love seeing them do that. I think it inspires back and forth, and my door is always open to help them, and I love to see them do really well and keep creating and have a great life. Seeing it from my earlier films, seeing it from other people's perspective is always very interesting. So I do discover new things about it. You make the movie, and believe me, when we're making the movie, we're spending, it's the hours in the editing room, the mixing stages, the sound stages. I mean, everything on the making the movies. And then as time goes on, you go back and you do discover things about it. When you see what Christopher McQuarrie has done in terms of wrapping all of these films into this film, hearing and seeing his perspective and hearing how he experienced those films and what they mean to him and how it informs this film, it's always very fascinating.
It's the accumulation of all the missions that have gone before, and it was designed for the big screen, made with IMAX cameras, and it's a fully immersive experience. So from the soundscape to the visuals, it's intended to be seen in its full glory on the biggest screen possible. You've got to go see the movie to discover what happens for Grace. In the first appearance of Grace, we saw quite a mercurial, slippery character who spent the whole time getting away from Ethan Hunt and sort of going it alone, being very selfish and self-serving. And then in this one, she's joined the team, but she still remains pretty untrained, capable of making many mistakes, and the stakes couldn't be higher for her now because she belongs to a team, and the thing about belonging is obviously the cost of the fear of losing them. So it's emotionally very, very scary for her. A lot of the work that I did stunt-wise was in the Arctic, so working in minus 40 degrees with a sled dog team and their handlers, and it was phenomenal to be there. I'd never in a million years thought I'd find myself in the Arctic Circle. So like 500 miles south of the North Pole. At one point we were so far up, the northern lights were below us.
Oh damn, I thought it was a surprise. Congrats. Because it's the biggest practical action film ever made. It may even be the biggest film ever made. It's just so vast. We go from the top of the world to the bottom of the world. The kind of the vistas, as I think film fans like to call them, are gigantic. But also at the same time, it's got a very human story at the heart of it. There's a lot of love and sweetness in it, and it's got everything. It's been a lot of fun. I've been all over the world, filming and promoting these films, and I've met amazing people. I've made lifelong friends, and I got to hang out with the big guy. He sort of leads by example, and you can't help but be caught up in his enthusiasm, his sort of passion. He's Mr. 100%, and if you don't match that, then you might as well not bother coming into work. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's how he gives us advice by showing us how it's done. Not that any of us could or would want to do what he does, but that's his job. Yeah, buckle up. It's kind of it's emotional. I think be prepared to be a little moved at times as well as thrilled. Take your inhaler. If you have asthma, please take your inhaler. And if you have a heart condition, whatever medication you need, keep it with you at all times, because as my daughter said when she watched this movie, this film is like a heart attack. And so, you know, be sensible. Yeah. And if you're pregnant, think about it before you go in. Do you know what I mean? Maybe if you're over 8 months, wait it out for a little bit. Have the baby. It'll be in theaters for a while. Yeah, I mean, we're a pretty tight little group. And, you know, we spend a lot of time with each other when we're not shooting. It was great to have Rolf Saxon back in the film after 30 years, you know. And Lucy, who plays Topeza, who I think steals the movie. So yeah, it's a tight-knit group, and I'm going to be sad to say bye to them, you know.
Hello. This one is the culmination of the last 30 years of Mission Impossible movies. So it feels so special because you see characters from the first movie. There's incredible fight scenes and stunt scenes made by Tom, with of course on the plane, you know, in the sky, in the water. What else? He's just like, you know, he's unbelievable because he like surpasses himself each time. You know, when you think he can't do better, he just does something more incredible. So it's just like, it blows you away. Oh, I mean, she joins the team, so there is a new dynamic between her and the other characters. And, you know, I got to show a different size of the character and more, you know, more layers to it, so that was great. I mean, it felt like it never ended. It felt like we shot them, you know, I've been working with them for 5 years. So, you know, it's been a big, amazing adventure with amazing co-stars. Of course, he's the one who inspired me, you know, and there's always more to learn. So, yeah, compared to someone who doesn't skydive, I'm incredible, but like I jump with people who have like 10,000 jumps, you know, so everything is relative. I mean, you know what happens in the movie. It was not hard to get emotional because it was like, oh shit, if it happened in real life, that would be really sad, you know?
We decided to do the most outrageous things, go to the most amazing places. And if you want to really feel like you were in those places with us, then you would want to see it on IMAX. There's certain locations like the Arctics that we went to, and the glaciers are like 10 times real. You actually, if you're watching it, you actually start getting cold. That's how good it looks on IMAX. Yeah, it was a cool journey. You know, my character Degas, he was questioning, you know, if Ethan was doing the right thing, and I think he was the only character in, you know, all 8 films to actually openly question, like, man, maybe Ethan is doing the right thing. So to see him stand on his own 2 feet and, you know, make the decision to join the team and help save the world, I was happy about that. We are extremely close no matter what. Tom is never gonna let me go, even if he wanted to. Even if you wanted to, you better not. Yeah, I knew what to expect, you know. Because we did kind of both films back to back, we were a family. So after the last premiere for Dead Reckoning, we were like, hey, we're gonna see you soon, you know. So that was a big thing. We had our group message, and it was always like, I'll see you soon. So this one is kind of bittersweet because, you know, you just don't know. So we might cry after this premiere. We might cry after the one in New York. We'll see. I'm about to cry right now, actually. I miss them. Some fun, action-packed fighting, shooting, explosions, fire, saving the world, possibly, probably, maybe. That's what we got. I just hope I don't die.
It is definitely, without question, the biggest mission ever. Some of the biggest stunts we've ever done. In fact, the biggest stunts we've ever done. 2 of the biggest, most ambitious sequences we've ever shot. And 45 minutes of IMAX footage. You won't be disappointed seeing it on the big screen. Well, I live in London, so this is home for me. It's always good to be coming back. I love London. We've been shooting Mission here, at least in my experience. We've been here since 2014. Shot Edge of Tomorrow here before that. We just love London. When you come and see the movie, you'll understand. It would be very hard for anybody to do this kind of thing alone. It's a huge team effort, and it's not just me and Tom. It's a crew we've been working with on these 2 movies for over 7 years. Some of these people that we've been working with go back even longer than that, and you couldn't do it without an amazing team. And we put together quite a good bunch over the years. Yes, we always do. We're always finding new things and listening to the way people react with the franchise and what it means to them. We took a lot of that to heart, and we put it into this film. Whatever you do, make sure you come and see this movie on the biggest screen possible. You will not regret it.